guys, thank you for coming in. I understand there have been a lot of problems going on around the office, and I want to just get that just out the way right now. So, our mediator, he's going to be here to just control the situation if things get out of hand. So, let's begin. What's going on?
Alright, so one of the main issues is that the nurses really aren't doing their job. So the other day I had asked one of the nurses, the status on a patient, and then she hadn't even checked up on them. She didn't even take their vital signs or anything.
Well, if you let me explain the situation, because my nurse actually came to me and said that we have been really low staffed lately. We're trying to do everything that we can to resolve the conflict between, trying to get everyone roomed, and you didn't give her a time to talk or present herself. So
because it's important stuff that I need to know. They should be able to manage what they need to do.
I understand that, doctor, but when we have a lot of doctors and not a lot of nurses, you gotta kind of give and take.
But I understand, okay? I know both of you two are obviously irritated, and I would love to provide more nurses to help both of you guys out, but unfortunately we're really low budgeted, and we can't afford to bring more nurses on board.
Okay, and that's another concern. The
Okay.
nurses that we have now are really low skilled. They cannot do their job.
Okay.
Oh, well, the reason why we have low-skilled nurses is because there's rumor around the hospital that our doctors like to reprimand our nurses in front of our own patients.
Well, maybe if they're doing their job right, then no one would have to tell them anything.
So what nurse would want to come here if they're going to be yelled at by one of their superiors?
Guys, let's chill out here. Let's take a step back. Let's think about this. Let's not let our emotions get in the way of our conversation here.
Okay.
Exactly. So let's start with you first, okay? No interruptions. We'll listen to you, focus on you, begin.
Okay, our nurses, not only are they really low skilled, but they're super unprofessional.
Okay.
The other day, I came in to, check up some status on patients, and there was no nurses.
Okay.
It was already past, it was 2:15, it was past their lunchtime. They were supposed to be back at 2, and no one was here.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say before we move on to Olivia, or?
So that was my main concern.
Okay, so now we will begin with Olivia.
So, I understand where you're coming from, but when we get a reputation for being a office/hospital of doctors reprimanding nurses in front of patients, we get a reputation, and it's a bad reputation. So that is probably why we're low staff and quote-unquote unquality nurses. But you have to remember that these nurses that you're calling unqualified went through the same routine that every other nurse went through. So by you calling them that just adds more fuel to the fire, because you're basically giving this hospital and our nurses a bad reputation. I mentioned to you countless times, along with my administrator, we're low staff right now, our hands are tied, and sometimes, you might have to just check on a patient on yourself, because we're trying to do whatever we can. But if you keep talking to the nurses the way you keep talking to me, then nothing's going to get solved, and everything's just going to keep on going back. It's going to be a cycling cycle, back and forth, back and forth.
Okay, well, that's another thing. I'm unaware of what tasks you guys have. From my perspective, all I know is that you guys just, check on patients. I don't know what else you have to do.
Okay, that makes sense. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
see, this is much better. I got to hear both sides' points of views. So now we're gonna do whatever we can to make sure that both of you guys are satisfied. And just give me some time, but we will make things work. Thank you guys for coming in today.
well, thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good work.
Hey, Danny.
Hi.
So it's 2:15,
Okay.
and I have no nurses checking on my patients around me. So
They're-
where are they?
They're not back yet?
They're not. And since you're the boss, I just figured maybe you should know where your nurses are at.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Right now, I'll give him a call. I'll look into it. No worries. Just go back to your shift, and I'll take care of it for you.
Okay, I'll just round my own patients. It's
All
fine.
right.
Thank you. I'm just gonna be a doctor, rounding my own patients. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Alright, so anyways, and then that's when I was like,
Excuse me,
really?
guys.
What?
Guys, come on. Come on, guys.
What?
It's 2:20. Your shift was started at 2 o'clock. You are late 20 minutes from your lunch. What's going on? Right now, I had a nurse grab my ass out because you guys were gone. What's going on? Where were you guys?
We were on
Yeah,
lunch.
we were at lunch break.
When did it end?
When we came in.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Keep it Keep it up. And that's it. You're
Yeah.
fired. Alright? I don't have time for these
Alright,
shenanigans.
man, we
So
got
get
it,
back to
whatever,
work
we got
and
it.
make it work.
Okay,
I'll just take a
cool.
permanent lunch break, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey boss, mind if
Hey.
I talk to you for a second?
No, not at all. Come on in.
So I was going through our supply closet and I realized that we are running low on certain things that our patients really need. And I was wondering, what's the protocol of ordering supplies? Do I go through you? Can I do it myself?
Unfortunately,
Or-
you wouldn't be able to do it yourself at all. So the thing is, when it comes to ordering supplies, we do it during a certain point in the year, which is in May. And since right now we're in November, our next time to order supplies wouldn't be until next May. So as of right now, I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry about that. We're low on budget, and I know that we're short on supplies, but unfortunately, protocol is you gotta wait until next May.
Okay. Oh, all right. Thanks, boss. I
Sorry about
appreciate
that.
it. No, thank you.
All right, bye bye.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Same to you.
I'm so sick and tired of this hospital and office. It just feels like nothing's getting done around here. Like the other day, I heard that Bianca got reprimanded by a doctor in front of her own patient because she didn't do something correctly. Like, what the hell?
I know, like the other day I asked for a plaster and I didn't get it, but one of the surgeons asked for it and he got it.
Oh, because of low budgeting and low supplies. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous around
Yes.
here. I mean, the raise is great and all, but at the same time, like, at what cost? You know, because
Yeah.
nothing's getting done. So it's
Doesn't
just,
make sense.
right? I don't know. Sometimes I just want to leave
Me too.
because we're unqualified, supposedly.
Yeah.